Welcome back to Limq Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until the sequel comes out, Tears of the Kingdom, which is today in 138 days. I unfortunately just had to cancel a recording after like 10 seconds, so you missed me getting this specific Korok. This is the only thing you will ever miss, hopefully, in this series. Today, when you're seeing this video, it's Christmas Eve. I hope you guys are enjoying your day, your holidays. But I still wanted to upload a daily video. I'm recording this a little bit in advance because I'm currently at my family's for the holidays. Right. But what I want to discuss today is a theory I recently had about what the tiers in Tears of the Kingdom actually are. From what we know right now in Tears of the Kingdom, the Sheikah Slate is gone. Instead of the Sheikah Slate, what Link has on basically his hip is this tear vial. So here he has the Sheikah Slate, right, in Breath of the Wild. But what we've seen from the promotional art and the box art, Link has this tear vial, where it looks like there is around 7 little canisters for a tear to actually be stored in. My theory, and this might be something a lot of people already agree on, is that instead of the Sheikah Slate, so instead of the runes, Link will have, I don't know if they're going to be called runes, I'm just going to be calling them abilities from his green corrupted looking arm. This arm, we've already seen in a teaser, is able to cast something like stasis, but instead of stasis, this time things go in reverse. I think every ability that's tied to Link's arm in Tears of the Kingdom is going to have some form of time mechanic to it. Stasis is already a time mechanic, obviously, freezing time, but from what we've seen again, this time Stasis actually is able to reverse time. I think Cryonis and Magnesis might completely be gone, and we still don't know if there's gonna be a bomb rune or not. I think the Tear Vial, though, is gonna have a much, much bigger role. So, in the most recent teaser for Tears of the Kingdom, we've seen this shot where Link is flying over Hyrule in this like new glider or spaceship. I mean, he's kind of standing on it. And on the ground, we can see some green looking drawings. These drawings represent characters that we've seen in some sort of prophecies in different shots. One of them, for example, looks like Zelda. One of them looks like this goddess entity that we've seen in the recent teaser as well. Now, what I think is that we are going to be exploring these areas with Link in the present Hyrule just after the Calamity is defeated and after we've found Ganondorf, and that when we explore these areas, we can find a tear. Once we found this tear, and this goes back to a different teaser where we can see the tear basically traveling back in time from the ground going up to the flying islands, I'm assuming that basically for every single tier, we're going to be... So there's two options. Either we're going to be unlocking an area in the sky. This is obviously completely speculative and just my theory. Or, and this is, I've talked about this in the past, one of my biggest fears about Tears of the Kingdom, is that every time we unlock a tier, we unlock a memory similar to Breath of the Wild, but instead of the memory in this game, which is just a cutscene, this time the memory is a big amount of gameplay where we play with the green tunic Link up in the sky. A lot of people already disagree with me and think that the green tunic long hair Link, which I know Link has long hair in this game and this outfit just makes it seem that way, makes it seem that it's shorter even though it's not. I still firmly believe that the green Link tunic is like a past version of Link. The point being that every time we get a tier, we can use that tier and unlock a quote-unquote memory where we play as the older version of Link and find out something about the past, Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe doing something in the past via this tier gives us new information to unlock more or new areas in the present Hyrule. The reason this would make a lot of sense to me is because we've already seen that these green drawings on the ground don't seem to be super plentiful. They don't seem to be a ton. So let's say there's 7 drawings on the ground, 7 tiers. Every time you find a tier, you have a new chapter of gameplay in the sky with past Link that you have to solve. It's like an actual big amount of gameplay. And then maybe afterwards, the tier also has an ability. So this is actually something I just came up with in the fly. So if you play Twilight Princess, you could interact with these golden wolves, and every time you would learn a new sword technique. So what if every time you first unlock the tier, you can use it to travel back in time to play through a memory, through a big gameplay section in the past with Green Tunic Link, and you learn a new ability that you can then use in present Hyrule by using the tier to progress through the game, unlock a new dungeon, unlock another tier. I think this, in general, could be a really cool way to do this, and with every tier, Link's power in present Hyrule would grow, and maybe, obviously, there can be some culmination at the end where, after you have all of the 7 tiers, there's this big boss that you fight in the past, and then that allows you to overcome Ganondorf in the present. Wow, actually, this makes so much sense to me right now. I might be completely wrong, but wouldn't this be reasonable? So, let's say in the present, we can't defeat Ganondorf. Ganondorf is too strong. We know this. But the only way we can defeat Ganondorf is by going back in time 7 times through and via the tiers to unlock and learn the abilities that the ancient hero was once using to seal Ganondorf, just like in the initial teaser. Huh. So this rough idea was already in my head using the tiers, but thinking about it this way, actually putting it together, and again, this might be completely wrong, but this actually makes some decent sense to me. I think this is not a completely ridiculous theory. It is a completely ridiculous theory if you still believe, and that's completely fair and fine, and this might actually end up being the case, that Link and the green hair, long hair Link are the same person. All of the events in Tears of the Kingdom happen at the same time. But if they don't, I think this would be a good way to explain it. And a good reason to keep those tiers on you. Now, one thing that would be interesting as well is that in the box art we've actually seen these tier canisters full. At least that's what it looked like. So either this could have been a shot from a late game scenario where Link has already collected all of the tiers. I don't know if this tier vial is going to start empty or full. But yeah, I think honestly, now that I've put it together, at least as theory, it makes some sense. So just let me summarize it again. Let me summarize the events, how I think they could unfold. Link and Zelda go underground and discover Ganondorf's corpse. Ganondorf's corpse is constantly leaking malice into the world, making it so that the Calamity returns again and again. He's the core of all evil. Again, this might be completely wrong, and if you know more about the timeline than me, I'm just trying to put the events together. They find him, and for some unknown to us reason yet, he awakens and shit goes down. The castle starts flying, Zelda falls into some deep pit, and the thing that we actually see sealing Ganondorf at the beginning is the ancient hero. This is Link from the past, sealing Ganondorf, trying his best to make him not spread more evil. Now, what happens is that the hand, the green hand, makes contact with Link, basically connecting our Link that we know from this game and the ancient hero by corrupting his hand, so the two of them are now connected. We find out that we can make contact to this ancient hero by seeking out specific locations in Hyrule and find a Tear of the Kingdom. This Tear of the Kingdom are tears that rained down from the sky, telling us a story about the ancient hero. So every time we go to these locations on the ground, the green-looking, glowing locations, we get to play as the ancient hero and learn something about his powers and what he did to seal Ganondorf. Once these powers are obtained by us, we are able to use them in the present world to unlock more areas. Oh, this is not gonna work. I just realized that looking at Zora's Domain is like the most laggy place in the world. I'm probably gonna warp away real quick. Once we unlock these powers, we can now use them in the present Hyrule to progress through the game, unlock more tiers, learn more and more how the ancient hero was able to seal Ganondorf, and then use these powers in the present to seal Ganondorf for good. Boom! Tears of the Kingdom. Everything I just said might be completely wrong, and I keep saying this, you can disagree with me on every single point of this. But let me know if this theory sounds at least somewhat plausible to you. And if you disagree, let me know what you think about the tiers. What are the tiers going to be used for? They're going to be... is the Sheikah Slate going to be back? Are the tiers just collectibles, like spirit orbs? Who knows? This is what I believe. And when I say believe, I mean, this is just a theory I came up with. At the end of the day, we can't really believe anything because we don't really know anything. But we're getting closer and closer to 2023, my friends. Soon, we will get our next Nintendo Direct and probably, hopefully, finally, the next big teaser / trailer for Tears of the Kingdom. We will be talking about it once we have it. But for now, that's the video for the day. I still need to record another video for tomorrow, actual Christmas Day. Like I said, I'm pre-recording these videos so that there's a daily upload every day during Christmas. But I hope you guys enjoy your holidays. I'll keep saying this. I will also say this in tomorrow's upload. I will be back on Monday to actually record these videos daily. I'm very excited. We're getting closer and closer to 2023. That being said, thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. 138 days until Tears of the Kingdom today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.